All right, well, welcome back, and we're going to just do a quick run through of where stuff is on Brightspace so we can try to all get through this together. I think I know where everything is. So uh, on our Brightspace page, we have a link to lecture recordings under Content Browser. So under Content Browser on the left-hand side, there's lecture recordings, and three things open up if you click on that. Panopto lecture recordings, and then there are a couple of documents, schedule to view lecture recordings, and a list of recordings on YouTube. But Panopto lecture recordings is where you want to go to view the recordings of classes, and I've got those in a folder here. Also a playlist, the Spring 2020 Online Class playlist has all of those one after another in Panopto, which is what we use on campus for online classes recorded, but you don't have to necessarily view them one after another like that, but you can view them like that. The first two in the list are ones that will help if you didn't have class on the Tuesday where they made the announcement that we were going to stop having in-person classes. But then the electrochemistry ones are the next topic that we have to cover, and so forth and so on after that. In the folder lecture recordings, there are a couple of documents that are available for you that will list what recordings you should be viewing week by week. The schedule to view lecture recordings says that the week of March 30th, you should view the ones that are about electrochemistry, for example. The one that says Electrochemistry Lecture 2, that one actually is mostly the demonstrations that I promised, including some stuff with electrochemistry, actually. But all the demonstrations I was promising, the ones I really wanted to do, probably like in class on Tuesday, March 31st, that we didn't get to do in person, unfortunately, those are in a video. So week of March 30th, electrochemistry lectures mainly, and then week by week the other ones. And so that document is there. And then the other document that you can view is a list of the lectures that are on YouTube. I uploaded these lectures to a channel on YouTube, and the advantage of that is that they have serviceable captioning, which may help if you have a device where it is hard to view the things on the Panopto viewer. You can view these recordings on YouTube instead of on the viewer in Panopto. So you can view them in YouTube. Click on the address if you open the PDF file in the correct PDF reader. Copy and paste it. If not, and if you click on the little CC icon down at the lower right of the window there, you can get serviceable captioning, which may help you if you're multitasking or something. Want to see the words as they're going along. In Chem 1, I have a series of recordings that are all captioned because there was an accessibility office situation where they were paying for the captioning to be done. But YouTube captions things. So anyway, that's available. You should be keeping up with those recordings. But one thing is that some of the recordings are long enough that you should take a break about every 10 to 15 minutes. Eye strain is a real thing when you're watching stuff on a screen, and so give your mind a break, give your eyes a break. Don't watch them for too long. Give your mind a break and your eyes a break. In the Panopto viewer, there are a few things that are worth pointing out. If you are watching one of these videos, we want to point out there are things diagramming this that you can look at. When you have one of these videos playing, The video is actually at the upper left. The PDF file that I uploaded of the marked up notes takes up most of the screen. This is not a choice that I would have made. I would have had the video take up most of the screen and the PDF be downloadable. But it is what it is. So the video player is over here at the upper left of the screen. You can make it take up the entire screen by clicking on this little square icon. If you click on that, it'll take up the entire screen, and then you can click on that upper left icon to return it to the part of the screen. About, let's call it 5/6 of the way from left to right across, there's an icon with a down arrow over a line for download podcast. If you click on that, you can download the lecture as an MP4 video file to your computer. And so if you want to download these for later playback instead of listening to them online, that's fine. Have at it. That's how I got them onto YouTube. That was the most elegant way. While inelegant it worked, was to download them off of Panopto and upload them to YouTube. So you can do that. You can download them. And then the PDF files are over here. There are icons for print and save, depending on your PDF viewer. Those icons may appear different. If you have Acrobat, have to stop that. It's driving me crazy. I'm talking over myself. Hopefully you could hear me say that you can download the podcast there, and then in your PDF viewer, somewhere in your PDF viewer, there will be icons for printing and saving, depending on your PDF viewer. This is open in Microsoft Edge, and it's using its own PDF viewer. If you have Acrobat installed, it will be Acrobat's own icons. So anyway, that is for viewing the lecture recordings. Back on the course homepage, there is on the left-hand column a box for WebEx. WebEx is where we're going to have live help available. While the lectures are already recorded, WebEx is where we're going to have live help, where people can come in and ask questions. There seems to be an awful lot of bandwidth issues with everything being online, every university, every college, every K-12 school, every corporation. Everyone's doing stuff online with Zoom and WebEx. And so I wanted to demonstrate WebEx live. I'm actually doing take 2 of this video. Running WebEx and Panopto on the computer at the same time was just too much for it to take. And so I had to not show the WebEx actually live. And so if you have trouble with bandwidth trying to get into WebEx, that's okay. You can call into WebEx. That information will be available. You can tweet me questions. You can email the questions. I will record the WebEx sessions. Let's hope that works. But we will have live help by WebEx, and this is Monday, March 30th that I'm recording this. Later this afternoon, I'll have the first time of this. We'll try to have some of these, at least some of these, around the usual class time on Tuesdays and Thursdays, but a lot of people are in different places now around the country and around the world, or they have child care and stuff that they're dealing with, where the regular class times aren't the best for them anymore. And so we're going to try to be flexible and have live help different times. Also, one WebEx with 200 people doesn't work that well necessarily. So we're going to try to do breaking it up. So anyway, WebEx is what we're going to try to use for that. If we have trouble with that, I have a friend who is an online gamer who has told me that he will be happy to set me up with Twitch, and maybe we can do that. So anyway, that is on there. The exams will be given using Brightspace, and there will be more information about that coming soon. But that will be under assessments, of course. On quizzes and exams, there will be more information about that coming real soon. But those are sort of the big things I want to make sure that people were aware of, is how to access the lecture recordings and the online help via WebEx. Please read the announcements on Brightspace if you have not been keeping track of them, about the recommended viewing, the schedule for the recommended viewing and everything under content. So course materials, content on Brightspace. There is an updated syllabus. There is the recommended schedule for viewing the material. So under table of contents, and it always defaults to some things here. So under content, you never know what it'll go to. So course materials, content. Let's see what it opens when I go to content. Seems to go straight to lecture recordings every time. So that's fine. But if you go to documents under content, we can figure out why it goes to lecture recordings first. I think that's because it, maybe I can move that in order. No, it won't move, whatever. So under documents, under content, there is the schedule to view lecture recordings, the lecture recordings on YouTube. We saw that. And also the revised syllabus. So if you click on the revised syllabus shows all of the exam dates and topics in order that we're going to do them. So do check that out. We've removed that trial test that we were going to do that was worth possibly 40 out of 20 points. Most people would get closer to 20 points anyway. But I'm just going to give everybody those points as part of the attendance and participation stuff. So that's fine. But the topics here are basically in the order that they were going to be. So look at that. The exam dates are pretty much going to be April 9th, April 30th, and May 7th for the second exam, the third exam, and the final exam. But that's the revised syllabus. That is on documents under content in Brightspace, even if Brightspace doesn't want to open it the way that I really intend for it to open it. So do check that out. The third batch of lecture notes will be posted very soon. I'm just revising it now. We're still in the big question 2. The last one will be posted now that I have everything finalized. That was the lowest on the priority list, getting those online lectures ready for all the classes and everything. That had to be done first. Big question 3, now that I know what's there, we lopped off one topic at the end that was the least important. So that'll be up there. So any questions, please do ask. We're going to get through all of this together by staying far apart from everybody else. Sorry, Stephen Colbert, I stole that from you. We're going to get through it. Ask questions as they come up. Thanks for hanging in there, and everybody stay safe and stay healthy.